All fired up.
That's one way to start. YouTube, what's going on, man? We are here for the WrestleMania predictions. We're going through the card. Zach's hyped up and burping for Sunday and Saturday. Nick's got octopus balls or something he's putting in his mouth, and I got lime cucumber Gatorade. So, I mean, let's just get right into it, you know? Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, which some people think this might become a hair versus mask match. I don't know when they're going to make that happen, if they are, but straight up match, Zach, who you got?
I have to give it to Rey. He's going in the Hall of Fame. I don't think he loses.
Nick?
It would make more sense to put Dominic over
there. It's hard because I think, like, as the father, you want to put your son over for the more, you know, longevity of it. But I could see Dom being like, hey, you know, my dad, like Zach said, going to the Hall of Fame. Why not be the match that I lost to my dad type of thing? Like, so it could go either way. I'm going to go, I'm going to go with Dom. I think Rey's going to be a good dad.
I think the thing that people fail to realize, because a lot of people are picking Rey, is that, like, if you go back to NXT days with Triple H running the show, like on the Black and Gold brand, the only time that, like, the good guy ever won was, like, when he was built up to be this huge underdog in the main event scene. Like, every other time, it seemed like the bad guy would always get the win. And I feel like Rey, like Zach said, is going to want to push his son over. So I think you have to go Dominic here, if I'm being honest.
But can it be Rey with, like, a screwy finish, like some sort of, like, by disqualification because of an interference or something? So technically it's like Dom loses, but he don't get pinned, and Rey gets the win. You know what I mean? And the story continues.
I get that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but, like, this is the culmination. This has to be the culmination, right? I feel like Rey has to go.
I don't think so. Like, I think you could stretch this shit out till SummerSlam, and at the very least, you have something a story to build on for Backlash. You know what I'm saying? Like, this will carry over, and you can finish at Backlash.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know
what are you going to do with Rey anyway?
Let him go on a hiatus, take a vacation. Either that, or I don't know. Are we having a Dominic's not turning face at Mania? I don't see that happening.
Absolutely not.
So, I mean, I guess if he's going to come back and wrestle, he'd probably wrestle Damian Priest at Backlash in Puerto Rico. Like, that's...
Now, you could do Rey versus Dominic in a ladder match. Mask versus hair.
Custody of Dominic.
Yeah. No, you'll put some clippers and a mask on the top of the ladder, and whoever gets it.
I got you. Yeah, I guess. I can see it going either way, but I got Dominic Mysterio.
Word.
Next up, we have one of two showcase matches, which essentially is just Triple H trying to get as much talent onto the card as he possibly can.
Yeah.
This one's the men's tag team, which is Ricochet. I don't really know if they have a team name. Braun-Ricochet, whatever. Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
I used to know a black girl named Braun-Ricochet.
Versus the Street Profits, versus Alpha Academy, versus the Viking Raiders. I have no clue who's winning this match. Zach,
I feel like it's the Alpha Academy, but only because I feel like they've been hinting at stuff anyway. Like, either they're gonna split or somebody's coming back. Maybe Jason Jordan.
No, I don't. I mean, I would love it if Jason Jordan came back. I mean, if you got a broken neck, dog, just chill out and bag and keep doing what you're doing.
His father? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I mean, who else? Because, like, you don't want to put the belts on, like, because whoever wins it is gonna actually have to feud with Sami and Kevin, because they're probably gonna win that. But we'll talk about that later. So you have to. Who are you putting over?
You can further a couple storylines here, like, or you could build a legitimate teammate or tag team, right? You could have the Viking Raiders go over in dominant fashion, and then we have a believable tag team to go against Kevin and Sami, right? Or you can have the Profits go over, right? But have Montez Ford do, like, all the heavy lifting, like Dawkins is nowhere to be found, right? And then you start building that little friction between that tag team, because Montez is going to be a single star at some point.
I think both of them are going to be single stars.
I totally agree. But you have to start developing that storyline at some point, right?
But like, does it have to be somebody turn on somebody, or can they just amicably go their separate way? Like,
is this a soap opera or is this real life?
Both.
Well, no. What I mean by that is like, because like you could easily just split them up in the draft.
Yeah, that worked fantastic for.
I mean, you could have a New Day thing probably also.
I would like if you want a storyline, bro, make Docket turn on Montez.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the way to go about it, right? Because
Yeah.
then you have everybody feels bad for Ford, but Dawkins gets unlimited heat now because he broke up the Profits.
Well, I think that's the easiest way to make a bigger star out of Montez.
I agree. Make him a babyface.
That'd be legit.
Yeah. Because like you can legitimately make him. If it was me, I would say have Dawkins turn on Montez. They feud for a little bit, and then Montez get in a storyline for a belt with like Austin Theory.
I can see that. Nick, what do you got?
I was gonna go with Street Profits anyway. I think if you're gonna make Kevin and Sami a legitimate type of tag team, they need some legitimate people to go up against in the tag division. And I do feel starting of next quote unquote year for wrestling, I think it's where we, like y'all said, the chink in the armor starts to break apart for Street Profits. So have them go to the top and then work their way down with whatever problems they face and everything. Or I mean, because at some point you're gonna want to push Sami and Kevin. Like that's just easy.
Or do you think that at once they get the belts, they'll split them?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. I have no doubt in my mind that the Monday night following and the Friday night following, there's going to be two teams to challenge for the respective show straps. Unless we're going to just a straight unified tag titles, which, in my opinion, they have so much talent on this roster.
Yeah, I think it's stupid. Yeah. So let's think about it like this: if you have Sami and Kevin Owens are going to hold one set of belts, would you rather have them on Raw or SmackDown? I would rather have them on Raw.
Yeah, Raw needs the star power.
Raw needs it.
So then that means I'm going to push a SmackDown team in this. So it's either going to be Ricochet in them or the Viking Raiders.
So it's going to be Ricochet then.
I could see Ricochet and Braun.
Don't you feel that's disrespectful to those real tag teams?
I think it's.
I mean, whatever the Viking Raiders got going on with this Valhalla chick is pretty badass, but.
It is dope. That's why you need to show that shit more. But also, I heard AOP might be on their way back. I would love to see them like against the Viking Raiders again.
I see that. AOP versus the Street Profits would be fun too.
True.
Yeah. All right. You know what? You talked me into it. I'm going Viking Raiders. That's what I'm going. All right. The second showcase match, the women's one. Is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus what most likely will be Carmella and Chelsea Green if the current creative direction is anything. I will go first on this one. I don't think there's a way Shayna and Ronda don't win this match because they're trying to build them into a legitimate tag team. But that's just Triple H's current project is rebuilding the women's tag division, in my opinion. So building a legitimate force like that is the key for this match.
I'm gonna go with Liv and Raquel because I would take this opportunity to do the same thing. If you don't do it in the men's, do it in the women's and start friction with Ronda and Shayna. Like that's the match I want to see.
That's a good match.
That's the match everybody wants to see.
Yes. The only problem is it's damn shame if that match happens without a belt.
I mean, why? Because you want Shayna to get her comeuppance in that way?
I actually want to see Ronda take a belt from Shayna. So I want to see Shayna do so damn good that she gets the belt and it makes Ronda mad. So Ronda turns on Shayna and then takes the belt.
I mean, Shayna in NXT was just
yeah. Her and Asuka.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NXT black and gold belt women, like they were world beaters. So like they could go in there with Roman and choke them out.
I've heard like maybe there's a secondary women's belt coming out, you know, like an underbelt. That would be cool. Like if your first feud for that, it's like Shayna and Ronda.
It'd be dope, but we're starting to get in AEW territory where we got too many damn belts that don't have any meaning.
Not really.
But you tell me right now, Zach, if you can answer this question, I will be impressed, but yet not impressed. Who's the current women's tag team champions?
Trish, Lita, and Becky.
Congratulations. You are like one of 2% of the entire population that actually knows that.
Yeah.
That's sad because I knew it because I watched that episode and I haven't been keeping up with that.
Dog, no, like I could go out.
But like that belt,
she'd be like, I actually have no clue. That's a good question.
That belt's easily gonna come off of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to think about who the champion is gonna be. Do you really want to see Ronda and Shayna popping up on both every week? Or
yeah.
I like Raquel and
I get damn on my reputation.
Them other ones are just there.
That's true. This is true. This is 100% true because there's no way in hell Natalya and Shotzi are winning at Mania.
No, absolutely.
I don't see Chelsea Green's Karen gimmick with Carmella.
I do see where you're coming from though, because barring the fact that Becky and Lita win at Mania, then you could set up Becky and Lita versus Ronda and Shayna, and that'll pretty much sell.
That'll hump for sure.
Yeah, I'm going.
All right, you're probably right.
Shayna in it. I think you got to ride that rocket until you break them up.
I agree. All right, match 4 of 13, Intercontinental Championship: Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Gunter. This is just big meaty men slapping meat, honestly. This is just going to be a disgustingly inhumane type of match. Which
the wrestling fan in me makes me want to say this match steals the show, but I'm pretty sure it's going to let me down. Like you can't because your metric is Sheamus versus Gunter at.
I think they can surpass that.
I don't.
Oh, dude, I truly think they can. I think they will. But I think Gunter ultimately retains because they're building him into a fucking megastar right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, also, but like it'll hurt him more to take the belt off of him, and the only way it works is if like one of the other guys get pinned.
Yep, it's the only other way. And if you're gonna do that, you have Sheamus get pinned by McIntyre.
True.
Yeah. So
the only way I can possibly do that though is if I let Drew take the belt off of Gunter via Sheamus, but then I immediately send Gunter after a heavyweight.
Rumor has it they might be getting rid of Butch and bringing back Pete Dunne.
Same difference.
I disagree. If they bring back the Bruiserweight, I would love to see Pete Dunne versus Gunter at like Money in the Bank.
I get what you're saying, but there's other people I'd rather see him wrestle before then.
Have you watched their NXT UK bangers?
I have, but you don't have to go right to it. Like Pete Dunne versus Sheamus would be good.
Yeah, but I want to watch Gunter versus Pete Dunne though.
Like
you're basically telling I'm saying I want McDonald's, and you're saying we have McDonald's at home, bro. Just like give me what I want.
We got McDonald's at home.
Nick, who you got?
I got Gunther. I don't think you take it off of him. He's turning into a legit superstar that with that belt, he's bringing credibility to it. And I just think you have to at least keep it for now. I don't know where it's gonna lead to with the new year, but I like it for right now. Just don't mess with it. Let it marinate more.
Hell in a Cell, Edge versus Finn Balor. Now, this is supposed to be Brood Edge versus Demon Finn Balor from everything I'm hearing. And we might get a surprise from Gangrel as well to be a part of the entrance for Edge. That being said, Finn Balor can't lose this match.
I feel the same way, except I don't see how Edge could keep losing to this guy.
To Finn?
Edge has to get a win.
Demon Finn?
I'm the biggest Finn Balor fan in the world, bro, but I don't see how Edge continuously loses.
He puts
I
over
think
talent. That's what he
think
came to do.
I think Edge wins.
I got Edge also. I think Edge takes it.
I just don't know, man. Like Balor's.
I mean, he had only like minor wins. There's nothing major he's done, and you can't.
This is another one where like maybe they got a rabbit in their hat and they have some sort of screwy finish to where Balor can lose and it not like really affect him, you know?
Right. I don't know. I got Balor going over because of the demon.
It does make more sense to have Finn win because Edge can afford a loss.
See, like he's Kevlar at this point, and y'all aren't realizing that this isn't Vince McMahon booking WWE anymore.
No, I get that, but my question to you is like, how does it benefit Finn Balor to win this? Like, what's next?
I'd say mid-card strap. Go for Austin Theory.
I think that's beneath him. Like to make that, I do.
The Judgment Day needs gold, though.
They do. I would figure out a way to go for that IC belt.
Ooh, David versus Goliath type of shit.
I have another suggestion. Maybe he takes the Judgment Day back to NXT with him while Rhea does her thing with her belt.
What? I mean, you said Gangrel might come out, so I mean, if Gangrel helps Edge out, will it be that big of a loss for Finn Balor?
Yeah.
I mean, it took two vampire-like dudes to take down. It's like watching Blade. I mean, it's,
What if Edge gets help from a very unlikely source by the name of Randall Keith Orton?
I could see, dude, man, like we're just, I don't know.
That's why we watch this stupid shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know. Jay White debuts and screws out Finn or something. I don't know.
That's 100% possible because that's who I would start a feud with if I was Jay White. Like you keep saying you started the Bullet Club? Like I was the last leader of the Bullet Club?
Like that's my group, and I
that's my group. Yeah,
and now I'm gonna take.
You might be onto something there, bro.
Hey, they don't call me the creative genius for nothing over here.
Or the sitter downer.
All right, match 6 and 13. Brock Lesnar versus Omas. I think this is a pretty short match. Brock Lesnar just decimates him.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a little bit better than you think. Like Omas starts out really, really strong, and then once Brock gets going, he don't stop.
This is my restroom break. So
okay.
Hey, Omas had a good match with Braun Strowman in Saudi Arabia. So I mean,
that's fine. I'm declaring it on the live. This is my restroom match. Like this is my restroom. Right when I hear one of their music, I'm like, all right, I'm back.
There's not a dollar amount.
Hold on. You realize that by the time you go to the bathroom and get back, the entrance music's still gonna be going. This is WWE at WrestleMania. Like
I didn't say what else I was gonna do. I go wash my hands. I go get some drink.
He didn't say if it was a number one or a number
that
two.
Too,
and you don't know how long his number twos are.
Yeah, I may buy some. I may get some like popcorn, some zebra cakes.
We'll just make him take his phone with him, and we'll text him. Oh, they pinned him, bro. You gotta finish.
I'm like,
shit, or get off the pot. No, you're right though. Brock wins that match easily.
Yeah, Brock.
100%. It should be a squash. Not a squash. It should be Omos dominates early. And then after that, Brock just F5s him 3 times. And then Brock rides off in the sunset as he apparently
I was about to say that.
Okay, because that shit is boring. Let's have some fun with this, right? So say for instance that Brock wins. Then he just continues to beat the shit out of Omos. So Bobby Lashley's like, I'm going to come help because I don't like Brock. And then somehow or another you get the MVP and Bobby Lashley connection, right? And then Brock and Bobby go at it, and then Bobby gets the best of Brock. And then the lights go down, and Bray Wyatt comes out with the Wyatt.
I got So rumor has it, and I don't know how much of a New Japan Pro Wrestling fan you are, Zach, but there could be a big man coming over from New Japan by the name of Hikuleo.
Yeah,
who could use a little rub.
I think he stops at NXT.
I don't think so. I think he's main roster ready. They need a big.
Well, he wrestled quite a bit for AEW. He's a big dude.
Yeah,
he actually might be. I want to say it's a possibility he could be related to Roman.
Could be. Wouldn't be surprised.
I think he is.
Wouldn't be surprised.
The bloodline.
And if that's the case, have him beat up Brock on his way out. I don't know. Give the rub to somebody.
I need to see Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania in some form or fashion.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But
well,
anyways, we'll get to the Bobby Lashley hopefuls here in a second. We got Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control.
Lita and Becky.
Yeah, I'm going with them. I love the other three separately, but
yeah, I'll just go the same. Honestly,
there's no
build
smoke,
behind
no
it.
fire.
Yeah, they couldn't even bring Lita back and Trish to make me interested in her. Honestly, Trish still looked damn good though.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship.
That's a tough one to me.
This might be match of the night, dog.
It could be. I'm a Bianca fan, but I want Asuka to win.
I want Asuka to win since she brought her kind of.
But I don't feel like they've built this match good enough.
They built it weird. It's built so weird.
And I don't feel like they gave a fuck about it. It was just a match to throw in, so I don't see them giving Asuka that belt. She's gonna get pissed off and leave.
Asuka?
Yeah.
No, they're giving her the belt.
She's too good, bro. And like, no disrespect to Bianca, but you've had her for a long time. You're not Roman. Chill out.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. I think Bianca can lose and still be okay, and then get it back again. It's kind of like give it to Asuka. She's start building stuff right with her.
I'm even cool with Asuka cheating to get it. Spit in her face, do whatever. Like turn heel, be a heel champion on Raw. You know?
Yeah.
I could see that too.
Hey, screw it. I'm going Asuka then.
Yeah, I'm going Asuka.
Yeah, so WWE needs to do what they should have done with Shinsuke and have him cheat to win at Mania.
Yeah.
Instead of having him lose at Mania even after he cheated.
That's the biggest waste of talent. They've done nothing with Shinsuke.
I agree. Asuka wins. Nick?
I'm going Asuka.
Dang. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos.
If the Usos win,
we riot.
Yeah. They got to put that belt on Kevin and Sami. It's the hottest story in fucking wrestling, right? It's the best thing going.
Yeah.
I 1000% agree.
Yeah, and I mean, the Usos have already broke their stuff and everything. I mean, you got to ride the new wave. Let the Usos chill, go party, do some shit, and
they deserve a vacation, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think that you give them a vacation. I give them more work, man. Like, figure out a way to make it seem as though Jay cost y'all the match on purpose. So create friction between the Usos. That's what I would do, because you could continue that bloodline story, but within itself, and kind of start separating Sami and Kevin from that, because there's like, oh, we don't have time to wrestle Sami and Kevin because we're wrestling each other, you know?
I can see that. I think Jay is going to be the one to dethrone Roman, or not dethrone Roman, but like take over the bloodline ultimately.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, the story started with him.
That's true.
In some respects, it has to end with him, you know? It's my 2 cents, but neither here nor there. SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. This one should be a pretty obvious.
That Rhea's leaving with the belt.
Yeah, 100%.
I love you, Charlotte, but yeah, you got to pass the torch, bro.
Yeah, you have 14 title reigns. You'll be okay.
You'll be all right.
You won that on some fluke shit anyway.
Yeah.
And plus, Rhea needs the belt. You said it earlier. Judgment Day needs gold.
Charlotte winning was the right choice, though.
But taking it from Ronda on a SmackDown?
Yeah, that was
Yes. Shock factor.
It was a shock factor because she came back that night also, but...
Shock factor. And I loved it. I hated the Sonya Deville thing, but I loved it.
My issue with shit like that is it makes it seem like when her title reign numbers get up there, they mean less.
Yeah, I can see that, but I think we're about to go through a period because me and Ray had this argument when we was on Off the Top Rope. Charlotte needs the belt to be relevant because without the belt, all of her feuds seem meaningless because she's always had the belt, you know?
Because she always has to be the hunted. She can't be the hunter. You know
that's what I'm saying. So I think we're about to go through a period where Charlotte is going to become the hunter. Like she needs to go through the entire roster and she needs to prove that she's the best. And it's no longer about championships. It's not about like how many title reigns, because obviously she's got what 10 years left plus in her career.
Yeah,
like she can break Rick's record.
She's gonna easily. She'll do that shit by 2025. Watch.
I don't think so.
They give her the belt. Yeah.
No, with the way Triple H books, I don't think that's going to be the case. But that's just me.
Well, I don't think that they're going to start calling up too many more people from NXT because they're so
I disagree.
young.
I think Gigi Dolan gets called up after Mania.
Gigi Dolan might, and maybe
I think Cora. I think Roxanne.
No, I don't think Roxanne does. She can afford to. Like, what are you going to do? Just come up here and do nothing, or you stay down there and hold the belt?
I think you need to form some tag teams to make this a legitimate division. And if you're talking about a mid-card title,
I hate throwing together tag teams like that.
Well, they all start somewhere.
I think Charlotte needs. If she
Rated RK Brawl was a thrown together tag team, and they turned out to be the hottest shit in WWE.
If Charlotte don't have the belt, she needs to start her own group, her own faction, like the Four Horsewomen.
I can see that.
And then in 2 years, it'd be the perfect way to get Sasha Banks back.
Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
I'm gonna go Seth Rollins because he's taken so many L's lately for the company, like all the Cody Rhodes. He got choked out by Roman. Like, give him a win. Don't let Seth Rollins, who actually is one of the best in the world, lose to Logan Paul.
Yeah. This is going to be a banger.
I think so, too.
I think this is going to be a great, great match because Seth's top 5 in the world and Logan's just a freak.
I think for me also, like, you either like Logan or you hate him. And I love Logan. Even if he loses, people are still going to want to watch him wrestle, just see if he loses, what happens, what crazy jumps he does in the match and everything. So I think
Seth is going to make him look so good.
You have to put him over, though, also. Like, I think it's WrestleMania also. Give him the damn win, like, at WrestleMania, bro.
Like, I think Seth is going to, honestly, call me crazy if you want to, but I think Seth's about to go on a tear and make, like, maybe have the best year of his career in 2023.
If he has something to go towards, because there has to be an end goal. Because the problem with his character now is it has no direction. It's like, what are you trying to accomplish, you crazy ass dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there's a end goal that he can get to that we know what it is, yes, he's gonna go on a tear.
I think you know what his end goal is, and I think what it should be. I think he should set out to prove that he was the best Shield member.
I think
that gets him a calendar year. Nobody needs to do anything in wrestling, right? But if he sets his mind to saying, like, he starts throwing out little hints, right? It doesn't have to be heelish. He can genuinely come out and say it. Like, I was the best member in the Shield. I was the thing that held that together.
But didn't he kind of already say that to Roman?
Yes, but he said it to this is my yard now, Roman. Not I'm like the fucking tribal chief, and you need to sit down and respect me, Roman.
Is they're gonna recognize Roman's 2 belts as one? As the undisputed championship on SmackDown and create another heavyweight belt for Raw and somehow
bring gold. Oh, please bring the big gold.
Either the big gold or the wing belt.
We'll get there. Let's keep
long story short, I believe that they're going to have some sort of belt up for grabs that'll be recognized as the heavyweight on Raw, and somehow Seth's gonna be in that mix, like heavily.
I agree. I got Rollins. We'll get to the belt thing in a second. We got 2 more matches. Sorry, we got 1 more match, and then we got to talk about Roman. United States Championship match, John Cena versus Austin Theory. I don't think this is going to be a good match. I'm very afraid for this to be a bad match.
It's the first match on the card. They already announced it. It's the very first match.
I am very afraid.
I just don't see the end goal because I don't see how Cena loses, but he don't need the belt.
See, I think Cena is going to lose. But if you listen to Cena's promo, I think everything he said about Austin Theory is 100% true.
Oh, 100%.
About, like, if you beat me, you lose because you got to come out here without me and do this by yourself. And if you lose to me, then you lose because you're the biggest joke essentially ever for losing to a Hollywood superstar. But this almost feels exactly like Rock versus Cena. Yeah, yes. 100%. Because like Cena lost, and then he went on a tear for the next year, but he still wasn't like the big shit anymore. Like we were
the difference is the point of where Cena was in his career and where Austin Theory is now. Like Theory is nowhere close to where Cena was. You know what I'm saying?
I wholeheartedly agree, but I think this is like their way of trying to make Theory take that next step. My problem is I know he's got the look. I know he can talk. I don't know if he's ready for it yet.
I don't think he is either. He not only is he not ready for it, there's just other people in front of him who could do it better at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like you have Rollins, Cody Rhodes, those kind of guys, you know?
I do.
I would like to see Cena win the belt, relinquish it. They do like a King of the Ring tournament for that, and then you get a good tournament of like Austin Theory, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa.
You want them to release it and you want a tournament. I can totally understand that. I want John Cena to come out the literal next night and say US Open, United States title open challenge, loses it that night to Tommaso Ciampa or something like that. I don't
see how he'll lose to anybody. The only way I could see him losing to anybody is if he does what you say, does an open challenge, some fluke bastard like The Miz comes out there, they wrestle the match, Cena's beating him up, Theory interferes, costs Cena the match, and then Miz has the US title.
Yeah, I don't think Cena's around for the long haul. So I think shock value, have him win at Mania, and then have the belt to build somebody up. At the end of the day, it's a fucking prop, right? It's like it doesn't matter.
No, true that.
But like giving that rub to somebody like Johnny Gargano or to Bronson Reed or to Tommaso Ciampa or if you debuting like Jay White, like
if you had that tournament, then like it would help all kinds of it would help Dominic Mysterio to be in it.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
No, or
Damian Priest. He had it.
Yeah, you might call me a hater or crazy or whatever you want to for saying this, but at this point, I'm good on watching Rey Mysterio wrestle. If you've seen one Rey Mysterio match, you've seen all the Rey Mysterio matches.
Oh, there's a lot. I could say that about Seth Rollins.
No, see, Seth adapts to his opponent.
You could definitely say that about Roman Reigns.
Yeah, 100%. But Roman's still fresh, though.
I guess.
Speaking of, undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Acknowledge him quickly. Yeah,
I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. I want
Cody to win, but you acknowledge Tribal Chief when it comes time.
And they actually built this story up really good too. So if they were gonna take the belt off of Roman, this would be the time to do it. But I just don't see him doing it.
Cody beat Solo.
Yep.
Like he's gone through almost every member of the bloodline now, essentially. Like, he hasn't fought Jimmy and Jay, but he's taking care of them with Sami and Kevin. Like,
the only reason that I don't, not the only reason, but one reason I don't think they take the belt off of him is, wouldn't it be disrespectful to the entire WWE roster to let Roman hold that belt forever and then you let Cody Rhodes take it off of him?
God, that'd almost be like making a new company and then having a guy come over from WWE and winning it and being known as the new Stone Cold of your company.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
That'd be crazy. Yeah. No, I think it's completely okay because at this point nobody considers Mox to be an AE or a WWE guy.
No,
and
not
I
anymore.
think almost at this point nobody considers Cody Rhodes to be an AEW guy. Like it's still fresh in our minds, sure, but like nobody's like Cody Rhodes. That's AEW.
Yeah.
Everybody in our head now is like, oh, Cody Rhodes. That's Dusty Rhodes' kid in WWE.
Yeah. I
So,
suppose you're right.
That's the only argument I have to it. But
I mean, let's be honest though. Like his push in his own company was like,
because he did that
Roman
stupid
did
shit
not
where
lie.
he was like, if I lose
Roman
this
was
match
lying.
and I can't ever go for the heavyweight belt, it's like you talked yourself out of that, stupid.
yeah,
Roman was not wrong in that promo last week.
not at all.
He was not wrong. He said you couldn't even get over in your own company, and then you ran. And I was like, damn, Roman, you gotta get all.
He's like,
You're
you're right, I did run. Hey.
But it's fun though. It makes it seem a little bit real.
Yeah, it is. And I love the fact that they keep playing off of Dusty, which obviously rest in peace to maybe one of the most important wrestling figures of all time. But Dusty would have been completely okay with his name being brought up every single week in promo if it meant furthering a storyline.
For sure.
100%. That being said, Cody wins the belts at Mania.
I'm gonna go with the tribal chief, the tribal queef.
Okay. Disrespect.
I got Cody Bank, Agent Cody Bank.
Real quick. So there has been a approved new title design that is supposed to debut after Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all but like basically says, hey, Cody's winning because they're gonna bring back the Winged Eagle. Like,
see, I don't agree with that. I think they're gonna combine the two into one and then get another belt. Like the Undisputed stays on SmackDown.
but they're not gonna call it the Undisputed anymore. They're just gonna call it the WWE Universal Championship, and then I think they're gonna come out with a World Heavyweight Championship, which is what
I want to see.
I want the Winged Eagle and I want the big gold belt back. Okay.
No, you can't have them both.
I can and I will.
You can't.
This is 2002. Give me my damn belts.
Don't get me wrong. The big gold belt's my favorite belt ever, but I don't want to see it again.
There you do.
Because you can't risk a sorry bum ass motherfucker holding that belt. Because in my brain, in my 5-year-old freaking brain, I envision that belt on Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying?
Ric
It
Flair
don't get better than that. I don't need this.
Ric Flair in his promo against HBK before his career versus like whatever match, he brought out the NWA World Title. He didn't bring out the big gold belt.
Well, that was like way later. I'm talking about 5-year-old me in 1991 when he's wrestling Sting in Baltimore at the Great American.
I mean this with all due respect. The wrestling world don't give a fuck about 5-year-old you right now.
I fucking do, and I'm telling you, I don't want to.
I know you do.
I want to see Ric Flair with that belt in my memory. I don't want to
Ric
see
Flair to come
Jack.
back and
I don't
want
to see that belt on Jack Swagger.
Come on now, Finn needs to win that belt.
No, he needs to win the Winged Eagle, and it goes to Cody Rhodes first. It goes to Cody or Seth first on Raw.
Then what the hell happened? Never mind. You know, that's another topic for another video. If you made it to this point of the video, make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you come to our WrestleMania watch along. We're giving away a Roman Reigns Funko Pop during his match. We're giving away cards, or like WWE trading cards. We're giving away money on Cash App. Zach's going to shave his head. It's going to be a great time. Nick's going to twerk. So if you haven't already done so, like I said, subscribe, comment, like down below, and we'll see y'all there. Peace.